Good day, ma'am. I am Arjanet Sanyola from Block 6. This is my presentations of the project. First is these two lines is a comment block that typically contains instructions or metadata about the file, such as licensing informations or template instructions for IDE. Next is this package login registrations. These lines declare the package name for the class. Next is this line. These lines import necessary classes from Java libraries. Next is the public class registration. These lines defines a public class named login registrations. This class will contain the main functionality of the login and registration system. Next is this line. These are the instance variables that define the GUI components. Next is the login registrations, close and open parentheses. This is the constructor for the login registrations class. It initializes the GUI components and sets up the layout. Next is the gframe new frame login registrations. These lines create a new gframe with the title login registrations. Next is this line. These lines create a label for the ID input field. Next is the text ID equals new gtext field. This initializes the text field for entering the user ID. Next is these two lines create labels and text fields for the user's full name and email and password. Next is these two lines. These lines create buttons for creating, updating, deleting, and searching user records. Next is the button create that add action listener. This adds an action listener to the create button. When the button is clicked, the code inside the lambda expressions will execute. Next is the two lines represents retrieve the text entered in the full name, email, and password field. Next is the string query insert into TBL user. This defines the SQL query for inserting a new user into the TBL user table. Next is this line. Execute update query full name 1, email 1, password 1. This calls the execute update method to execute the SQL query with the provided parameters. This represents the action listener for the create button. Next is button update that action listener. This adds an action listener for the update button. Next is these two lines represent that these lines retrieve the ID and the updated user information from the text field. Next is the string query update TBL user set name. Set full name equals email password. This represents this defines the SQL query for updating the existing user in the table user. Next is execute update. Query full name 1, email 1, password 1, and ID. This calls the execute update method. to execute the update query. This closes the action listener for the update button. Next is the button delete that add action listener. This adds an action listener for the delete button. Next is these two lines. This retrieves the ID and defines the SQL query for deleting user from the TBL user table. Next is execute update query ID. This calls the execute update method to execute the delete query. This closes the action listener for the delete button. Next is the button search that add action listener. This adds an action listener for the search button. Next is this two line. This retrieves the ID and defines the SQL query for searching user in the table user. Next is search user query ID. This calls the search user method to execute the search query. This closes the action listener for the search button. Next line is the text area equals new G text area. These lines create text area to display search result and drop it in a scroll pane to allow scrolling. Next is the frame sheet layout, new grid layout 12 and 6. This sets the layout of the frame to a grid layout with 12 rows and 6 columns. Next is this line. These lines add all the components, labels, text fields, buttons, and the text area to the frame. Next is the frame that set size 700 and 400. This set the size of the frame to 700 pixels wide and 400 pixels tall. Next is this line. This sets the default class operations for the frame, so the applications exist when the window is closed. Next is frame set locations relative to null. This centers the frame on the screen. Next is the frame that set visible true. This makes the frame visible on the screen. And this is the closest. This closes the constructor. Next is the private void execute update string query string parameters. This defines a private method execute update that takes an SQL query and a variable number of parameters. Next is try class.forName com.mysql cg.gdbc.driver. This attempts to load the MySQL GDBC driver. Next is the connection con equals driver manager.get connection. This establishes a connection to the MySQL database using the specified URL, username, and password. Next is prepared statement path equals con.prepare statement query. This prepares the SQL statement for the execution. Next is these two lines. This loops through the parameters and sets them in the prepared statement. Next is the path that execute update. This executes the update operation, the insert, update, and delete. Next is the G option pane show message dialog, null operation successful. This shows a message dialog including and indicating that the operations was successful. Next is this line. This catch blocks handle exceptions that may occur during database operations and logging the errors. This closes the execute update. Next is the private void search string query string ID. This defines a private method search user that takes an SQL query and an ID to search for a user. Next is this line. This attempts to load my SQL JDBC driver and establish a connection to the MySQL database. Next is this line. This prepares the SQL statement for executions and sets the ID parameter. Next line is the result set rs equals path.execute query. This executes the query and retrieves the result set. Next is the frs.next. This checks if there is a result in the result set. Next is this line. These lines retrieve the user's full name, email, and password from the result set. Next is this line. This sets of the text area to display the user's information. Next is start from this line, and these lines represent if no user is found. This sets the text area to display a message indicating that no user was found. Next is this line. This catch blocks handle exceptions that may occur during the search operations and logging the errors. Next is the last one. This represent clauses of search user method. And the last is the public static void main string and. This is the main method that serves as the entry point for the applications. It creates a new instance of the login registrations class, which initializes the GUI and makes it visible. And let's try to run the program. ID is full name Marvin Sasa. Email is marvin@gmail.com. Password is 12345 and create. And there it is, the Marvin Sasa. And let's try the updates. We should change the password of Marvin Sasa, and let's make it the QRT my update. update. Okay, then refresh. And let's try again the update. I should update the Marvin password, and let's try it. Sasa 1 2 3 4 5. Then updates. Okay, and refresh. There, it's changed. It becomes Sasa 1 2 3 4 5. Next is delete. I will delete the Marvin Sasa at the table. Okay. Then next is refresh. There. Nawala na si Marvin Sasa. The last one is the search. Search number 3 ID 3. Then search. There. arjungmail.com password 12345. I'll give also an example for create. I will create a new person. About Jesbin Salbahis. No. This ID. Jesbin. Email. Jesbin. gmail.com. Password is hahawanto. Then create. Refresh, and di ara si jesbin gmail.com.